So a very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today we are going to continue with departmental accounts. Just to recapitulate what we discussed in the last class, departmental accounts is basically preparation of financial accounts and statements. And when a business is going to be actually bifurcated into various departments for the purpose of better control, and in order to ensure that the better performing departments are properly identified through preparation of separate P&L, and then the managers who are involved in the management of the affairs of the department should be rewarded in the form of commission, share of profit, etc. And also it enables the entity to decide on which department performs well, which department does not do well, and take a decision regarding which department should be continued, which department should be discontinued, etc. So that's a brief about the topic, because as a concept, the topic is fairly simple. What we're going to do is we are going to prepare trading P&L and balance sheet for the company as a whole, but particularly we are going to focus on the trading account and the P&L account of the entity, where it is going to be split into departments. So we are going to prepare a trading account where department X, department Y, and total, so that you know the results of each department correctly. And in this process, we have to do certain exercise in the form of identification of cost of each of these departments, and identification of course, sales of each of these departments, etc. And these departments are going to be referred as profit centers. So we are all very much aware what is a profit center. So they are going to be responsible for profits, and consequently determination of profits of each of these departments enables the company to take certain decisions. That's the whole purpose of this topic. So the accounting statement what we prepare is still trading and P&L only. So that is nothing, that is something we are very much familiar with. But there are few things which we have to understand in this topic. So today we are going to solve some problems. There are different types of problems in this topic from academic perspective. Quite a few types of problems which we are going to do, each one of them. And so that will enable you to understand the topic better and do well in the exam, because our approach is more academic in this person, because otherwise there is nothing like decision making, etc., that comes in a separate topic like strategic management or whatever. But for accounting purposes, we are going to go through different types of problems. Okay, so let me start off with the problem today. We'll try and do some 3-4 problems today. I'll start with the first one. Okay, so I'll share an Excel sheet now where I'll share the question, I'll read the question, and I'll solve the problem. And kindly note down the question alongside if possible. Okay. So this is the question. You, the proprietor of a so okay, let me first check whether you're able to see the screen. 1 minute. I need to share the screen. Just give me a minute. So are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you, the proprietor of a. So I getting some message. 1 minute. Okay, great. So all of you are able to see the screen and all, right? Yeah, no problem.
No, sir.
Screen is not visible.
Yes.
Visible. Now. All of you are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So you, the proprietor of a departmental store, decided to calculate separate profits for his first 2 departments X and Y for the month ending 31st January 2000. Stock on 31st January could not be valued for certain unavoidable reasons, but his rate of gross profit calculated without reference to direct expenses on sales for the 2 departments are 40% and 30%. The following figures are given. Stock on opening date 1st January 2000, Department X 9,000, Department Y 8,400, sales 42,000, 36,000, purchases 27,000, 21,600, direct expenses 5490,8520, indirect expenses for the whole business containing 5 departments was 10,800, which are to be charged in proportion to departmental sales, except as to 1/6, which is to be divided equally. Sales for the remaining 3 departments were 1,02,000. It's a very simple one, but an interesting question and an important type of a problem in departmental accounts. So look at the question carefully. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to prepare trading account and P&L account. So the question, so prepare. So we'll mention that prepare trading and P&L account, or prepare statement showing profits for the two departments. This is the question, okay? Right. So let us now prepare trading account and P&L account. First, trading account. Solution will proceed. So I'll explain you the problem as I proceed. So the question is about determination of profit of each of the department. So trading account for the year ended 31/3/2000. 31 January, right? It's January or March year end? 31st January. It's for the month only. Don't worry, it's for the month. 31st January 2000. So the question itself is clear. It is on January, for the month of January. So prepare statement showing the profits of the two departments for the month. So you can prepare it for quarter or month or whatever. So let us start off with particulars column. So the format becomes important here. Department X, Department Y. You can have a column for total. Also, particulars, Department X, Department Y, total. So the opening stock is given here. To opening stock, Department X opening stock is given as 9,000. Department Y opening stock is 8,400. Total is 17,400. Then to purchases. So it's as simple as that. It's normally we are all familiar with preparation of trading account. 27,000, 21,600, 48,600. That's the purchases figure. Then coming to by sales. By sales, Department X is 42,000. Department Y is 36,000. Total 78,000. That is regarding sales. Now, gross profit ratio, look at this carefully. Is there any indication of gross profit ratio? It's clearly given. Value, you will be proprietor, etc. Decide to calculate profits for the two departments. Stock is given, and stock on closing stock could not be valued. That's the point. 31st January means closing stock. Stock on 31st January could not be valued for unavoidable reasons. But its rate of GP without taking into consideration direct expenses was 40% and 30%. So gross profit. Now we all know that if closing stock is not determined, but they've given you the gross profit, we can calculate gross profit and the balancing figure will be the closing stock. Okay. So gross profit 40% for X department. So 40% of 42,000. How much it is? For X department, it is 40% of 42,000. That's gross profit. Can you tell me how much it is?
16,000.
Very good. So this is just for calculation. So 40% of 42,000. Then for Y department, can you tell me it's going to be 30% of 36,000. 30% of 36,000.
10,800.
So 30% of 30,000. 36,000. So it's 10,800. Okay, so we have got the stock figures, opening stock figures. We have got purchase figure, and we have determined the gross profit based on the percentages given. Normally, for determination of gross profit, direct expenses are considered, but in this case, they have specifically mentioned direct expenses doesn't form part of trading account. So you ignore direct expenses, you bring it to P&L. So total of this is 27,600. Now closing stock can be determined as balancing figure. So what is the balancing figure of closing stock? Can you tell me for department X? So let us put the total on the debit side first. 36,52,800, 829, 30, 4,800. Total 93,600. So here total 52,800, 4,800, 93,600. So tell me what is the closing stock figure?
10,800.
10,800 for department X. Okay, good.
4,800 for department.
Very good, excellent. Okay. 15,600. Okay, so that's the trading account for you with respect to these two departments. Fairly simple one. Is there any doubt in this trading account? All of you are able to follow? So the trading account preparation, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
All of you clear? Okay. Yeah, let's proceed. Good. Great to know. So let's proceed further. P&L account, profit loss account. For the year ended, or rather the period ended, not year actually, period. Period is month here. Period ended 31/1/2000. So let us call this as period ended. Not for the year because it's not the annual information, it's the monthly information. Period or month, okay? Right. Profit loss account for the period ended 31. So by gross profit, you have got 16,800 and 10,800 and total is 27,600. Now direct expenses will come here. So to direct expenses, now carefully observe in the question, they have given here direct expenses and GP is without considering direct expenses. So direct expenses can be put in P&L account, 5,490 and 8,520. 5,000, look at the information, it's given here, 5,490, 8,520. 5,490, 8,520. What is the total? 13,900, 14,010, correct? 5,490 plus 851, carry over 1. Yeah, good. So to direct expenses, 5,490, 8,520, adding up to 14,010. Now, then we have indirect expenses. Now, as far as indirect expenses, they have given us an important point. Indirect expense for the whole business consisting of 5 departments was 10,800, which are to be charged in proportion to the departmental sales, except for 1/6 to be divided equally. Now, we have to do a working note here. Working note, indirect expenses. Very interesting point, but simple one. Indirect expenses in total is 10,800. Out of which they say 1/6 to be divided on what ratio? Look at this carefully. 1/6 to be divided equally. So 1/6 to be divided equally among 5 departments. Among 5 departments. There are totally 5 departments. We are now preparing for 2 departments. So each department will get how much? 10,800 by 6 by 5. 1/6 of 10,800 to be equally divided. What is 1/6 of 10,800? 1 by 6.
1,800.
Good. 10,800. 1 by 6 of 10,800. Very good. 1,800 to be divided equally. Divided equally. So
360.
Good. 1,800 by 5 will give you 360 per department. So let us put that here. 360 per department, 2 parts. So 1/6 will go in for each department 360, 360, 360. 720. So it's split in 2 parts, 2 form. So divided equally is this amount. So once you get this 1,800, what is the balance? Balance out of 10,800, you have distributed 1,800. So balance is 9,000. Balance is 9,000. And this 9,000 to be distributed in the ratio of sales, to be distributed to departments in the ratio of sale. So carefully observe the ratio of sale for other departments in the question they are given. Look at this carefully. The total sales for the entire company was how much, and how much is the sales of other. The indirect expenses for the whole was 10,800, which has to be charged in proportion of departmental sales, except as to 1/6 to be divided equally. Sales for the remaining 3 departments were 1,02,000. Carefully observe. So let us now, out of 9,000, other departments, other 3 departments, how much they will get? Other 3 departments, they are going to get, we can equally divide it actually, 1,02,000. So department X, department Y, and other departments. We are going to actually split up into 3. So Other departments, X department, total sales 1,80,000. What is department X sales? 42,000. 42,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 9,000. So we are going to give for department X, 42,000 is the sales of department X out of total sales of 1,80,000, where this 9,000 is to be distributed. So what are you getting?
2,100.
How much are you getting? 2,100. Very good. Good. So department Y. Now let us take department Y. Department Y. Total sales for department Y 36,000. 36,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 9,000. What do you get?
1,800.
Very good. 1,800 is for department Y. So other departments is a balance. You need not even calculate that because we are not supposed to prepare that. So we can ignore it. But still, if you want to put, you can put out of 9,000, 2,100 for department X, 1,800 for department Y. So what will be the balancing figure? You can always,
5,100.
yeah, you can also calculate also. You can calculate as how same way you can calculate. So look at this: 1,02,000, 1,02,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 9,000. So you're getting how much? 5,100. Good. So this is the indirect expense calculation. So indirect expense 1/6, others. So for department X, you have got 2,100. For department Y, you have got 1,800. And total is 3,900. That's all. So we have got a gross profit here for department X, which is 16,800. For department Y, which is 10,800. Total is 27,600. We have got direct expenses given in the question. We have got indirect expenses distributed. And finally, you get your net profits. So net profit balancing figure. So let us put the total here: 16,800, 10,800, 27,600, 16,800, 10,800, 27,600. Balancing figure, can you tell me? What is the balancing figure net profit?
$8,850.
8,008. How much?
8,850, sir.
Good. For department X. For department Y?
120.
Okay, good. 120. So problem is completed now. Very simple one, could be a 3-mark or 5-mark question, but you know it takes some 10 minutes probably, or 8 minutes or whatever, because you are supposed to prepare the trading and P&L account for each department separately and determine the net profit. So this is a magic figure: 8,850, 120. So adding up to 8,970. I think this problem is a fairly simple one. Do you all agree? Is there any complication in this? Yeah, good. So this is a type of problem. This is a type of a problem. Whatever we are doing is all popular types of problems as far as the topic is concerned. Okay, because certain topics like departmental accounts, etc., it's more driven by the types of problems. HP also. Last topic, what we did: hire purchase, departmental. These are all different types of problems which they can ask in exam. This is one of the popular types. Okay, we'll go to the next problem. Yeah. So the second one is also a very interesting type of a problem. Again, I'll read out the question. Mehta Ram of Ramnagar purchased goods for his 3 departments as follows: Department A 200 pieces, Department B 1,400 pieces, Department C 400 pieces. This is the purchase quantity. Okay, and of course there is one information here. I put total purchase value. Total purchase value 5,100, but they have not given individually. They have not given individually, which we have to calculate. Sales of 3 departments they have given individually. Department A 180 pieces at 15 per piece. Department B 1500 pieces at 18 per piece. Department C 450 pieces at 6 per piece. Other information about stock in the beginning was as follows. Department A 100 pieces, Department B 400 pieces, Department C 60 pieces. Mehta Ram informs you that the rate of gross profit is the same in all the departments. You are required to prepare a trading account for the 3 departments. It's a wonderful problem. I think they've asked in the recent last 1 year also this type of a problem. Now the basic observation from this question, you can see that they have not given the value of purchases department wise. Neither they have given the opening stock value for each department. So we have to determine the purchase price and we have to arrive at the opening stock figure also. So we are going to make an assumption. Since the rate of gross profit is the same, I'll put a note here, carefully observe. Since the rate of gross profit is same, that is given in the question. Gross profit is the same. The cost prices will be the same. In the ratio of selling prices. This is an important assumption here. Carefully observe. Information very clearly says that the rate of GP is same for all the departments. And the rate of GP is same for all the departments. The cost prices will be in the same ratio of the selling price. Then only you'll get the same GP. Do you agree with the statement? The cost will be equivalent or same in the ratio of selling prices. Then only the GP ratio will be the same. What does it mean? If for department A, cost is 2 and sales is 4. And for department B, cost can be 3 and 6. So the ratio is same. Okay, the ratio of cost and selling price will be the same. So that is an important assumption. Since the quantities purchased are different, to calculate a composite ratio. This is more of a mathematical approach. We have to calculate a composite ratio in order to determine the cost of purchases, the purchase cost. That value is not given for each department. Now, this is an important point, dear students. Carefully observe. Since the quantities purchased are given, but value of purchase is not given, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to calculate a composite ratio where quantity will be different. Mathematically, when you do a ratio and proportion, the ratio of GP is the same, but quantities are different. So we have to do a composite ratio. So ratio of selling prices, department A for B for C. There are 3 departments given here. So department A, what is the selling price? Can you tell me the selling price? Look at the question. The ratio of selling price is 15, 18 and 6. This is the ratio per piece. 15, 18 and 6. So ratio of selling prices 15, 18 and 6. Okay. Quantities. Ratio of quantities purchased. This is weighted average, like quantities purchased. Quantities purchased, look at the quantity here. For department A, purchase quantity is 200. So I can call it as 2 is to 14 is to 4. We're able to understand what I'm doing. The quantities are different. So I'm going to say 200, 1,400, 400, which is 2 is to 14 is to 4. 2 is to 14 is to 4. The composite ratio. Now I'm going to take the composite ratio of both. 30, 18 into 14 is what? 18 into 14.
252.
252 and 24. You can simplify this. Simplified composite ratio. What is the common factor here? So 30, you can divide it by, check with 3. I think it gets divided by 3. So 3, you divide by 3, you'll get 10 here. You will get 252 of other, correct? So divided by 3, what do you get?
84.
24 by 3, 8. I think this can be further subdivided by 2. So if you further subdivide by 2, 5, 42, 4. Ideally, bring it to the lowest factor so that it becomes easier. So simplified composite ratio of purchases 5, 42, 4. Now I'm going to actually determine the purchase of each of this department in this ratio. Determination of purchase. How to do this? Very simple. Total purchase value as per question is how much? 5,100. I'm going to divide this 5,100 in this ratio. So 5,100 into 5 by, add up all the three, 5 plus 42 plus 4.
51.
Good. So let me repeat. 5,100 is the total purchase cost. I'll put it for your easy understanding. Into 5 by 51. This is for department A. You get 500. Right? For department B, 5,100 into 42 by 51. What do you get?
4,200.
Very good. For department C, you're going to get 5,100 the total purchase cost into 4 by 51.
400.
400. So now what we have done is we have segregated the purchase cost. So let me repeat. Since the rate of GP is same for all the departments, the cost prices will be in the same ratio of selling price. Then only you will get same GP ratio. And consequently, the purchase quantities are different. So you cannot apply that directly. We have to arrive at a composite ratio. And then only you'll be able to identify the purchase of each of the department. Okay. All of you are clear about it? Any doubt? Any doubt at this stage?
No, sir.
Okay, let's proceed now. Okay. So we are going to now proceed further because we have determined the purchase cost and now we are going to determine the value of opening stock and we are going to determine the purchase price also. So let us understand the purchase price. Now let us look at what is the purchase quantity for department A, 200 pieces. So purchase price I'll arrive at here. Purchase price also I'll put it here. Purchase price per unit. Useful for future calculation. So 500 is the total purchase value. And how many units are purchased? Department A 200. So you'll get how much? 2.5 per unit. Purchase price per unit for department A is 2.5. Purchase price for department B 4,200 divided by how many units are purchased? 1,400. You get how much? This is the purchase price per unit for department B 3. Good. And for purchase price for department C is 400 divided by how many units they are purchasing for department C? 400. So this is the purchase price per unit. An important calculation we have done now. We have determined the purchase price per unit and we have determined the purchase value. Now then it will be easier for us to determine the opening stock value because that's not given to us. Only closing stock value is given. If you look at the question, they have given us information regarding, see this. They have given us information regarding the purchase goods in quantity. Now we have got the value. Sales is directly available, no issues. Other information about, other information about stock in the beginning is as follows. This opening stock valuation is not given. We have to go by the purchase cost. We have to go by the purchase cost. So let us proceed to do the trading account. I'll show you how it is to be done. Here ended. Whatever. Okay. You're going to split it into 3 departments. Particulars, department A, department B, department C. You can have a column for total. No issues even if you don't put a total. Particulars, department A, department B, department C. So carefully observe, dear students, the opening stock valuation is not given. you can take based on purchase price. What is the opening stock? Can you tell me quantity wise? 100 pieces you can take at purchase price per unit as 2.5. So 100 into 2.5, how much is this? This is the purchase price, will be the opening stock value also. That's a normal assumption because they have not given the value. So you have to go by the purchase cost. So 100 into 2.5 is what?
250.
50. For department B, opening stock quantity is given as, for department B, opening stock quantity is 400 pieces. 400 into purchase price per unit is 3. 400 into 3 is what? 400 into 3.
1,200.
Good. For department C, the opening stock is given as 60 pieces. So 60 into 1. 60 rupees. So now we got the opening stock figure for department A 250, for department B 1,200, and for department C 60. Now we also got the purchase figure already calculated. Purchases, department A we got it as 500, department B we got it as 4,200, and department C we got it as 400. We got the purchase price and purchase quantity. By sales. Sales figure is given in the question. Carefully observe. How many units are sold? 180 pieces at 15. 180 into 15 euro.
2,700.
180 into 15. 2,700. For department B, sales is 1,500 into 18. How much is 1,500 into 18? We get 27,000. For department C, sales value 450 into 6. 2,700. So we got the sales figure for department A, department B, department C. Now closing stock is not given. We have to determine that. Now closing stock is not given. We have to determine. Any idea how to determine the closing stock? Because carefully observe, the GP ratio is all same. They have given. Now, but for proceeding to find out GP, you need to know what is your closing stock. Generally, you can determine your GP. So the GP cannot be determined unless you determine your closing stock. Any idea how can we determine closing stock here? In this question, they have given us opening stock quantity. We have determined the opening stock value by arriving at the purchase cost. And we have arrived at the value of purchases for each department after doing a calculation of composite ratio, because of the simple clue here that the ratio of GP is the same for all departments. Since the ratio of GP is same for all the departments, but the quantities are different, we have arrived at the composite ratio to determine the purchase quantity and value for each of the departments. Quantity is given, value we have determined. So we got the opening stock figure, which is the purchase price per unit. Based on that, we have got purchase value, we have got sales value. And before determining GP, we have to determine the closing stock. So how can we determine the closing stock here? Any idea? I'll tell you. Any idea you have got how to determine the closing stock value here?
Opening stock at purchases minus units sold. Like in unit terms, we can find out.
Very good. Excellent. So closing stock determination in unit terms. Very good. Closing stock in units. Normally, cost of goods sold நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். Opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. Okay. Opening stock plus purchases minus, but cost of goods sold value is not known here. So we are not going to determine cost of goods sold, but we are going to use this unit sold. So unit sold, opening stock plus purchases minus sales. So opening stock plus purchases in quantity, all in quantity, minus sales in quantity will give you closing stock. You all agree with this calculation? Opening stock plus purchase quantity minus sales quantity is going to give you closing stock in units. You all agree with this calculation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Use this calculation for the purpose of arriving at closing stock in units. So let us take department A. Department A, what is the opening stock quantity? So let us look at this. Opening stock quantity for department A is how much? 100. Opening stock quantity for department A is 100. What is the purchase quantity for department A? Purchase quantity for department A is 200. Correct? Purchase quantity for department A is given in the question as 200. Minus sales for department A is 180. You'll get closing stock units. So 100 plus 200 minus 180. 120 units. The closing stock of department A is 120 units. Are you able to follow this calculation?
Yes, sir.
So in value terms, into purchase price per unit is 2.5. So value terms, value of closing stock 120 into 2.5. 300. So this is the value of closing stock with respect to department A. So department A 300. Coming to department B. Department B, you have to find out what is opening stock figure. What is opening stock figure for department B? I gave you
400.
okay. Opening stock for department B is 400 plus purchases for department B.
1,400.
Very good. Minus sales for department B.
1,500.
1,500. Very good. So you'll get units. 400 plus 1,400 minus 1,500. You'll get units of closing stock of department B. How much are you getting?
300.
Okay. So 300 into purchase price per unit is 3. So value is 900. So closing stock value for department B is 900. And similarly for department C we have calculated. Opening stock quantity of department C is how much? Opening stock quantity of department C
60.
60. Okay, 60 plus purchase quantity of department C 400.
400.
Very good. Minus sales quantity of department C 450. Okay.
Ten.
Very good. 1 rupee per unit, so closing stock is 10 rupees. Closing stock of department C is 10 rupees. Now, finally, the gross profit is a balancing figure. What is the balancing figure for? Okay, now the valuation of opening stock is given, and we have got purchase figures, we have got sales, we have got closing stock. So the balancing figure is the gross profit. So let us determine the gross profit. 3,000, 27,900, 2,710. So here 3,000. The balancing figure for department A
2,250.
okay, good. For department B
22,500.
good. For department C
2,250.
very good, excellent. Now if you want to put a percentage of GP here for easy because the question says the percentage of GP is the same for all departments, right?
Excel hang ஆயிருது.
So what is GP of department A? 2250 is GP by sales 2,700.
83.33.
2250 is GP. Sorry, what do you get? 33. Your gross profit is 2250 as against the sales figure of 2,700. What is the ratio of GP?
83.33.
83.33.
33.
Okay. As far as department B, you have got a gross profit of 22,500 against sales of 27,000.
Same 83.33.
And this is a check basically. So for department C, you got a gross profit of 2250 against the sale of 2700. Same 83.33. So this proves the point that the ratio of GP is the same now for all the departments, and that it's a check and our answer is correct. Question started off saying that the ratio of GP is the same, and very interestingly, they did not give us any information regarding purchase value department wise. We have determined the purchase value, total is available, but department wise we have derived it by using a composite ratio. Sales is given, and opening stock information is based on value based on purchase price per unit, and closing stock valuation has been arrived at also based on the formula. Quantity we derived and then multiplied by the purchase cost. We got the total closing stock value. After determination of closing stock value, we were able to determine the profit. Any clear or not? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
All of you are clear? So very good problem, very important type of problem. This is more of a mathematical approach, which is because if you look at the question, preparation of trading account for this problem is the simplest. We are all very much used to preparation of trading account. So no problem on preparation of trading account. But the problem was regarding the valuation was not directly given. The value department wise was not directly given, which we have derived. We have calculated mathematically using a composite ratio based on the question that the ratio of GP is the same across all the departments. That's a critical point here. And that has made us to calculate the composite ratio based on which we arrived at the purchase price and all that. And then we completed the problem without an issue. So this is the final answer. GP of each of the department has been duly arrived at. And this involves quite a few calculations. You would have seen that. So that is what is going to take a little time. But otherwise, it's not a complicated one. It's more of a simple one, but with a mathematical approach required for this problem. It's not just pure accounting. Not just accounting, ratio, more of a mathematical approach. All of you are clear? You will get such questions in exam, my dear students. Okay, it has come in the few previous exams. You can expect such questions in exams. So it could be 3 to 5 marks question. This question could be maximum 5 marks, not beyond. Question cannot give you more than, so the question paper maximum they can offer you 5 marks for such questions. But you need to be prepared for this type of questions. It has come in the recent past also. And every type of problem what we do, it is being asked in the exams also. So it becomes important for us to understand properly. Shall we proceed to the next problem? All of you are clear? Okay. Good.
Excel hang ஆயிருக்கு sir.
Sorry?
Excel hang ஆயிருக்கு sir.
Okay. I don't know. Frequently it's hanging. What's the issue? I'll share again.
Sure.
Okay. So now you're able to see the screen? Are you copying down as I do the problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Kindly do that. If you want me to stop somewhere, I'll stop, but copy it because later to get this again to share with you and all, it's complicated. So better note it down. Otherwise, upfront you have to. Some students still say it's not. Okay. I hope the screen is visible to all of you now. So let's go to the next problem. So again, an interesting type of a problem. All of you are able to see the screen now, because still some students. Jay Ranchini, are you able to see the screen now?
No, sir.
Sir, I cannot able to see, sir.
Sorry?
I can also not able to see, sir.
You are not able to see. 1 minute. No? Is it visible or not?
No, sir.
யாருக்குமே விசிபிள் இல்லையா இல்ல ஒரு சில பேர் தெரியுது ஒரு சில
Sir,
பேர்
apps
தெரியுது
need to exit and enter again. It will be visible.
Kindly exit and enter, kindly exit and enter. Kindly exit and enter. Those who are not able to see the screen, I have shared it 2-3 times. Probably exit and enter, you'll be able to see the screen. So kindly check out, exit and enter. I've been repeatedly telling this anecdote to all of you about attendance to classes. Some, or let us say 10 students are there, 2 to 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. They need a live class. So we are organizing a live class. 2 to 3 or 4 or 5, they say, sir, video class is good. I will go to the video class and I'll not come for the live class. It's okay. I'll see the recorded live class. Okay. And so this leads us to a very interesting situation where out of 15 students, we get 5 students in the live class, okay, for whatever reasons. So that's not an issue. It's okay. Even one student, I have to take the class because that's what is my duties. But the interesting students, what they carry is like, the story, the king who calls all his people to bring milk. And in one fine morning, according to advice of his minister, where they want to check how good the people are, again for those who have not heard the story. So the king says, we'll keep a test to our people, we'll ask them to bring milk. And they announced a date, and they said, the king said, you all bring milk in one can. And on the stipulated day, there was a huge queue outside the king palace where everybody was waiting to give milk. King was very happy and told his minister, see how my people are. The entire population is here, standing in the queue to give milk. And they kept a big barrel to pour the milk. And everybody came and poured it. And it was a closed container. So after 2-3 hours, after everybody poured the milk, the king was anxious to see how much milk has got collected. So the king and the minister went and opened the can and observed that it was maximum of water and very little of milk. Then the king was perplexed. What is this? Everybody brought milk. They thought it's full of milk, and the minister said, my dear king, that is people for you today in this kingdom. Many people have thought that if I pour water into the milk, this is going to be seen. So out of 100 people, 10 people would have brought milk, 90 people would have brought water or whatever ratio, so that nobody knows who brought milk, who brought water. The king really got disappointed. He got disappointed because people are not genuine. When I say bring milk, even whatever they can afford, you bring milk, but they are pouring water into it. So if everybody starts sitting in the morning, live class varla, video class attend panikiren. Office, college, whatever. So A assumes that B will attend, B assumes that C will attend. I only don't want to get into a day where I come and sit in the live class and nobody is there. There are 5 messages to me, sir, I'm not well. So there's a problem. I've gone to office. So if this happens, then you know. So it's for your use, no? So I still find today there are a lot of absentees for some reason or other. So this is to be avoided, and all of you should attend all the classes. Every class will be of help to you, I can assure you that. And priority is classes because this is our chosen course of action. We all have to be like prudent. You know what is being accountant means prudent. What is being prudent? Prudent and conservative. That is doing things right. What a prudent man will do normally will try to attend all the classes unless there is an emergency. See, why I'm telling all this is I want all of you to attend the classes. So I don't want, unless it's an emergency or something which we can't avoid. I do understand. You can look at the video classes, recorded classes we are giving you also. And other thing is students should make sure that the classes on a day-to-day basis you have to see. Without no keeping it to the end or postponing. Because there are a lot of volume we are covering. In departmental accounts, therefore, the 3 sums we have done or 2 sums we have done, we are going to do further some 4-5 problems. So you can't catch up with it later. That is another reason why I want you to attend the class, so that you don't have a backlog. Because what tends to happen is once we are busy with some other thing, there's some possibility of having a backlog. And you have to have faith in the process. We are here to collect the fees and teach you only. Right? You have to have faith in the process. Once you join the classes, you need to make adequate understanding. Okay, we have paid the fees, we have to join the class and attend all the classes and pass the exam. That should be your goal. So don't miss classes, attend all classes and have a positive attitude. Believe in the process. The process will give the results. Process is a set of actions, what I call. In any industry or anything, there is a set of process involved. How do you think a lot of business empires are being run? Take Tata. How many companies they have? How many entities they have in Tata Group? How each MD of chairman, Mr. Ratan Tata, maybe today Mr. Ratan Tata is not the chairman. He was the chairman of many companies. Is he going on a day-to-day basis to observe what is happening there? Can he go? If he is handling 50 companies daily, can he go to each company and find out what is happening? Can he have a meeting with his colleagues to find out what is happening? It's not possible. Then what is making it run? The processes which has been set, standard operating procedures, SOPs, everything has to be complied with. So we are also doing a professional course. For the IAS, IIT and all, it is full-time preparation. Full-time preparation. We are asking 1.5 hours in the morning. We are going to get a coveted professional degree course, certificate, CA, CMA, CS. And people who prepare for IAS and all, you need to go and have a look once what they sacrifice. They come all the way from the village to Chennai like place, take room, stay, go and attend classes because they don't know, they have to learn, and they work for 18 hours a day. And there are certain institutes, without naming them, in some parts of the country, even for CA, they have a similar thing. Are you all aware? CA, ICAA, I don't want to name the institute or the place, then you can identify. So I don't want to tell that now. If you want, you ask me over phone later separately. You know how the learning mechanism is? In fact, this is an option many students, parents prefer, because it's like, you go and put them there. Like, in Namakkal, it's popular for +2 results. In Namakkal, what happens, I don't know how many of you are aware. +2 students go there and they stay there as a hostel student. And every day they have to wake up at 4 o'clock. They keep alarm. If you don't wake up, school, I don't know whether they are beating or not, but what I say is, schools in Namakkal, 12th results, they wake up then up 4 o'clock. இதே மாதிரி சில இன்ஸ்டியூட்ஸ் ஃபார் சிஏ அதுக்கெல்லாம் கூட இருக்கு. என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, டெய்லி அவுட் வேக் அப் லைக் 4 o'clock, alarm 4:30, 4 to 4:30 tea time, then 4:30 onwards study like this. You have to study for 18 hours a day. Without that, they will not allow you outside the place. You cannot move out. You can't go to your hometown and all that. You have to go there, study there, work out every problem in the study material, work out every problem in the book, every problem. Forget about, sir, do I need to do this? Is it important or unimportant? No. Every problem in the book you have to do. So they are producing good results. So what does it mean? I'm not blaming the process. They have a process, but everybody has to compulsorily follow the process. They get results. They get all India ranks. There are lots of institutions in Rajasthan. Rajasthan is referred to as IIT factory of India. Rajasthan. Many IITians come from Rajasthan. They have a lot of coaching centers which are highly professional, and so they have, even for CA and all, a lot of rank holders come, CA rank holders come from Rajasthan, because it's a regimen. So our studies is to be done like that to get a rank. It's a regimen, strict adherence to. So we can do that and get a rank. For that, attending classes becomes important. Okay, I'm conveying this to all those who missed the class. That's why it's getting recorded also. What I can do? I am a helpless teacher. I am not running this for my livelihood. You all understand that. I'm not running this coaching center for my bread and butter or livelihood. No, definitely not. Why I'll tell you? Because for teaching you need a passion. Without passion, you can't teach. Every teacher carries a passion to teach the students. Every teacher. Now, many of them are intelligent, qualified, but they may not have the passion for teaching. So they may not teach. So my passion is driving me to teach you. I've been doing this for the last 16 years or so. And the passion, as long as I'm passionate, as long as God gives me strength, I'll continue to handle classes. But it may so happen that one fine morning, I may decide, oh, students are not cooperating. What is the point in being passionate about it? So my passion is not being rewarded. My passion reward is not your fees, your attendance. I'm passionately coming here in the morning. I want to see all the students attending the classes, and I'll be happy person. It is not like I speak to a wall and go. I'm a human being. I'm a human being. I cannot just யாருமே வரல நான் மட்டும் பேசிட்டு போக முடியும். So my passion is driving me. So it's not the money what you pay is driving me. So that is, you need to understand that. I am working for you only. Because earning money, you can do business. You can, because I am a CA myself, I can do whatever I want to practice, etc. This is something I'm doing it for you. And honestly, I ask you to give feedback, review, rating sometimes. And I'll tell you one thing. If you're happy with my classes, then you can continue. What I mean to say is, if you're not happy with my classes within a reasonable time, you need to tell me, sir, these are the areas of improvement I expect. You can give me a feedback. I will improve on it. Because as a student, whether you improve or not, it's up to you. But as a teacher, I have to improvise myself on a day-to-day basis. So if you find something is missing, sir, I want this, I want that. Can you do this? Can you do that? I can try and do that. So we have given assignments. We have given assignments in the app and all that. So we are supporting you in whatever form. So you need to give a feedback if you feel there is an area of improvement, which I am open about it. We are open about it. Okay, so from your side, you are always welcome to do that. But as I said, your cooperation is most solicited in terms of running these classes effectively and efficiently. Unless there is an emergency or exigency, don't miss a class, attend all the classes. As I said, I was only giving video classes some point of time last year, and then we started the live classes and all that. And so sometimes there is a sort of a duplication. Whatever probably I've given in the video class, the same might have also come in live class also. The same problem I would have solved there here also. It's okay, no problem. So we are passionately doing it. We are all working together as a team. And you need to have the dream of becoming a CA or CMA or CS, then you will cooperate with me. If you really, really, really wish, I want to become. So one thing I can tell you, I am here to educate you, not to entertain you. Entertainment அப்படிங்கிறது என்ன கான்செப்ட்னா, நான் இங்க வந்து ஒரு ஜோக் அடிச்சுட்டு நான் வந்து என்னப்பா சினிமாலாம் அப்படி இருந்தது, என்னால பேசுறதுக்கு எனக்கு டைமும் இல்லை, எனக்கு அது பண்றதுக்கு பழக்கமும் இல்லை. ஏன்னா the classroom is not to entertain you, but to educate you. But education can become entertainment. I do understand. That is a way of educating. I don't deny that. But where do we have time for that? Correct? So we can class நிறைய நம்ம அரட்டை அடிக்கலாம், பேசலாம், ஜாலியா சிரிச்சு பேசலாம். ஒரு சூப்பர் பவர் வெங்கட் சார் ஜாலியா இருப்பார் பவர் அப்படின்னா ஓகே ஃபைன். என்னோட சார் வந்து சங்கர் நாராயண் சார், அவர்கிட்ட நான் ஸ்டூடெண்ட். அவர் ஜாலி அப்படிங்கிற வார்த்தை அப்படின்னால அர்த்தமே தெரியாது அவருக்குலாம். என்னோட பிரின்சிபல் தான், நம்ம எல்லாருமே அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்கூல் காலேஜ்ல இருந்தா வந்திருக்கோம். We come from that only background. My principal used to come with scale only, and when he'll have a wooden scale. I have studied in modern school, which is my principal, Mr. V.M. Sivaswamy, very strict personality. I have groomed under him. I've got Mr. Sankar Narayan, who was my accounts teacher. I got groomed under him. He will be very tough with students. He will be very tough with students. If you don't do homework or if you don't attend this, he will be very tough. He will be very strict. But that has helped me. I thank them today, heart of heart. Because that is what has groomed me today, molded me. And today I've got qualification because of them. So I have highest regards for my teacher, principal, as you all have. So teacher's role is that only. So every teacher is a well-wisher of the student. No teacher is going to think anything other than a good thing for the student. So kindly cooperate, kindly attend all classes, kindly do the assignments, whatever we discuss in class, and that will enable all of us to reach the goal of passing the exams in flying colors. I want all of you to carry a dream or ambition of passing exams in merit, in rank, and don't think this is an obstruction to you. Daily kathar vandirappa nenikama daily namakaga or vararu nammu ponum class attend pannum or பாசிட்டிவ் மைண்ட் செட் பண்ணிட்டு எல்லாம் அட்டன் பண்ணலாம், எல்லாருமே பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வெளில வந்துடலாம். Can achieve the goal of getting 100% results every time. Can achieve the goal. I'm happy that all of you are doing that to a large extent, but I want you to meticulously follow that without a compromise. Without a compromise. Okay, you all will cooperate with me in this. And thank you, because
Yes, sir.
as I said, thank you. Your cooperation is very, very important. Otherwise, they can't run the institute. There's no point in running the institute, because I don't want to tell few things, but you are aware as students what is happening in this coaching. Okay, so without elaborating much on that, how important it is to get a good quality education is today everybody is hunting for. எங்கடா போனா நமக்கு நல்லா கத்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு. But அதை நம்ம செயலையும் காட்டணும். Once you get the right place, once you get the right teacher, what else you want from a teacher, you need to only tell. ஒரு டீச்சரால் இதுக்கு மேல என்ன பண்ண முடியுங்கிறது நீங்க தான் சொல்லணும். கிளாஸ் போர் அடிக்கிறதா சார்? என்ன சார் நீங்க கிளாஸ் போர் அடிக்கிறதுங்கிற, என்னத்தால போர் அடிக்கிறதுப்பா என்ன சொல்லுங்க, எனக்கு ஃபீட்பேக் கொடுக்கும். சரி, குரூப்ல சொல்லாட்டி தனியா சொல்லுவோம், சார் இது வந்து நீங்க கொஞ்சம் இப்படி பண்ணுங்க சார், பெட்டரா இருக்கும். I try to see if there is a scope for improvement. So any feedback you need to only give me. Then only I can work on that area. If at all there is a scope, I will definitely work on that area. We have done few things based on feedback from students. In fact, one of the important feedback I'll tell you, the test is what we used to conduct. We used to have 30 mark, 40 mark test and all that. But some students felt it this way. Sir, you only one was 50 mark, 100 mark test கொஞ்சம் நிறைய கொடுங்க சார். அப்பதான் எங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த 1.5 மணி நேரம் எழுதுறதுக்கு ப்ராக்டிஸ் கிடைக்கும். உங்களுக்கு 3 hours எழுதுறதுக்கு நாங்க வந்து 20-30 மார்க்ஸ் ஒரு டாபிக்கும் தனித்தனியா நீங்க டெஸ்ட் கொடுக்கும்போது எங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, அது வந்து ஒரு கேஷுவலா எழுதுறோம், 20 மார்க்ஸ்க்கு வரும், 10 மார்க்ஸ் வாங்கணும் போயிடுறோம். பட் அது எங்களுக்கு எஃபெக்டிவா இல்லை. அதாவது எங்களுக்கு அந்த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் பண்றதுக்கு இது இல்லை எக்ஸாம். Then we changed it to 50 mark question, and we are changing for every course like that. And some subjects are still that 40-30 is continuing, but we are evolving. So this is based on the feedback from students. So நம்ம 50 mark na 1.5 மணி நேரம் you all writing. You will have the writing practice and the ability to stretch. Today students are finding it difficult to write because their hands are paining. 3 hours. இப்போ கூட எக்ஸாம் நடந்தது இல்லையா, ஏசிஎஸ்லாம் நிறைய எழுதிலே இருக்கும். ஏசிஎஸ் தியரி டெய்லி எக்ஸாம், 3 hours எக்ஸாம். நேற்று எழுதின கைவெளி போறதுக்குள்ள அடுத்த எக்ஸாம் மறுநாள் வந்துடும். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்படுறாங்கன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும். அவங்க புதுசா கையெல்லாம் வலி சார் ஒரு எழுதி, அதுக்கு தான் அந்த ப்ராக்டிஸ் கொடுக்கறது உங்களுக்கு. I still recollect the day in my college BCom Tamil exam, semester exam. I couldn't write. My hands were aching because Tamil எழுதிய ரொம்ப நாள் ஆயிடுச்சு. இங்கிலீஷா நம்ம அப்பா தமிழ்ல வந்து என்ன டெஸ்ட் எல்லாம் வச்சுட்டு இருப்பாங்க உங்களுக்கு, டாபிக் வைஸ் டெஸ்ட் எல்லாம் காலேஜ்ல. நீங்க தமிழ் படிச்சாலே பெரிய விஷயம், அதை படிச்சுட்டு ஏதோ எக்ஸாம் எழுதணும். லாங்குவேஜ் இது கை பின்றது வலி, எழுதவே முடியல, கை எப்படி இப்படிங்கிற வலிக்கிறது, கை எழுத முடியல. தமிழ், you know how difficult it is to write. English we have practice, and Tamil is tough language to write. So that is my own experience. It's still in my memory. Semester exam, that the pain I felt is in my memory. So writing practice becomes important. Attending all classes, clearing your doubts, being participative, We are working as a team. We are working for you. Just by paying money, your job doesn't end. And just because you are paid money, don't treat teachers like no. நம்ம பணம் கொடுத்தாச்சு இவர் நமக்கு என்ன வேணாலும் சொன்னாலும் கேட்பாருன்னு நினைக்க கூடாது. பணம் கொடுத்தாச்சுன்னா ஃபீஸ் கட்டியாச்சுன்னா நம்ம சார் என்ன வேணா சொல்லலாம் அவர் பண்ணட்டும் நம்ம நினைக்க கூடாது. ஏன்னா இட்ஸ் நாட் மை லைவ்லிஹுட். This is my passion and training you and teaching you. With all the constraints we are doing that. So இதை அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு நல்லா கோஆப்ரேட் பண்ணி ஃபுல்லா நம்ம அச்சீவ் பண்ணுவோம் ரிசல்ட்ஸ். ஏன் நீ சொல்றேன்னா இன்னைக்கு 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students are there today. Actually, there are some 4, 5 absentees today. Not well. Not well. Not able to wake up. Fine. Not well. You cannot attend. So each student may have their own reasons, personal reasons, unable to do. I do agree. Health issue, you know how difficult it is. It's tough to handle. No problem. Health, I don't want to compromise. Health issue, you will definitely take care of this. After your health is better, you attend the classes. Take good rest. But otherwise, prioritize this. If there is a college, you take permission from your college teacher. Ma'am, I have classes in the morning. I'm doing a professional course. My classes are morning 7 to 8:30. Can I come half an hour late for the class? Any teacher may agree. In fact, in some of our students have taken permission from colleges where they've agreed readily. Okay, no problem. So there are people who are considerate, who will take your request. Or if you're going to office, you can tell, sir, morning I'll come half an hour late, but evening I'll stay extra hours. So nobody is going to say, okay, if there is a merit in this, they will accept that. So if I qualify myself, it's good for the organization. நானும் நாளைக்கு ப்ரமோஷன் எனக்கு வருது இருக்கட்டும், கம்பெனிக்கும் நான் நிறைய கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணலாம் சார் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. நீ பண்ணதான் வரதான் வரும். இட்ஸ் நாட் லைக் we are all so office or college or anything for that matter, they will accommodate you projected correctly and good. So இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு கரெக்டா அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணுவோம். Everything you do and you will achieve success. As I said, my passion is driving me. How long it drives me, God only knows. It can so happen one fine morning I may think, hey, this is too much. I mean, this is not worth it for me to spend all the time, but nobody is attending the class. I validate my efforts by two things. One is the results what we get every time. It's my validation process. I get good results this time. Good, I have taught well. Students have worked hard. See, students working hard is something, as I keep saying, the first step comes if students work on it. It's not teachers. Teachers, we help, but we cannot take credit for your success. We can only be happy about your success. Yes, you don't want to give me any credit. One student said once, very interesting feedback. That student, without getting into details of that, அவர் நடத்துதான் நான் தானே படிச்சு பாஸ் பண்ணேன். அவர் நடத்துதான் நடத்தினாரு, நான் தானே படிச்சு பாஸ் பண்ணேன். ஆமாப்பா, நான் நடத்துதான் நடத்தி, நீ தான் படிச்சு பாஸ் பண்ண. நான் படிச்சு நீ பாஸ் பண்ண நான் சொல்லி. ஆனா அவர் நடத்துதான் நடத்தினார் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து என்ன நடத்தினார், அதுல உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது புரிஞ்சுதா? ஒண்ணுமே புரியலையா? இப்ப டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் அக்கௌண்ட்ஸ்ல ஒரு சம் போட்டோம், அது ஒண்ணுமே புரியலையா? இந்த மாதிரி சம் வந்து இப்படிதான் போடணும்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்தேன், அது தெரியவே அது ஒன்றும் அது எதுவுமே இல்லாம நம்ம. ஸோ இதுதான் சொல்றேன், இப்படி நம்ம நினைக்க கூடாது. எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு ரோல் இருக்கு, ஒரு டீச்சர், ஒரு பேரண்ட், ஸ்டூடெண்ட், எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரு ரோல். As a student, whatever challenges I have faced, I have as a student to understand things. இப்போ நான் ஹவுஸ் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி இன்கம் பத்தி நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் half an hour அந்த டாபிக் முடிச்சோம் லிட்டரலா. அதாவது the essence of the topic got over in half an hour to 1 hour. In one class I finished the topic. But how was it possible? I have gone through the grind of this topic when I was a student, like a mad. அது இப்படி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, அது அப்படி கொடுத்துருக்கான் அப்படின்னு. So this is what I can offer you in a platter, simple ways of understanding things. Then you can definitely pick up on that and do wonderful job. Okay, so I sorry for having deviated a bit on this, because this video message everybody would see, our students also who are missing the classes for genuine reasons. It's okay. Others, I want 100% attendance without an excuse, because every class is so very much valuable and it will help you in many ways இதே ப்ராப்ளம் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்ல வரும். சொன்ன மாதிரி நோட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. சார் அன்னைக்கு சொன்னார் அப்படின்ட்டு வந்ததுன்னா worth 10 mark, 8 mark, 5 mark, whatever it is, you know the value of it. I don't want to elaborate further on it. Okay, good. Thank you for patiently hearing me. This is, I thought I would share this with you so that all of you are aware of your roles and responsibilities and cooperate, and then it makes it easier for us to get good results. Okay, I'll because this Excel issue came up, I got deviated a bit. I don't know whether this Excel issue is continuing. Now kindly check and let me know if you're able to see the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, ஒரு சின்ன அந்த previous sum அந்த gross profit வரைக்குமே அந்த வைக்க முடியுமா சார்?
Previous sum,
previous sum.
I'll show you.
That's valued. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. நான் நோட் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். Okay, sir. Done. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'll read this question. We'll briefly discuss this. It's a very important type of a problem. I don't know whether we'll have time to solve it, but I'll read this problem. Okay. Giridhari Limited has 3 departments A, B and C. From the particulars given below, compute the value of stock as on 31st December 2000 and the departmental trading results. Stock on opening date 1/1/2000, Department A 24,000, Department B 36,000, and Department C 12,000. Purchases 1,46,000, 1,24,000, and 48,000. Actual sales 1,72,500, 1,59,400, and 74,600. GP on normal selling prices. This is a key word here. Whenever you find such words, you have to really become alert. GP means normally you all know very much what it is, but GP on normal selling price. So there is something like you have to check what is the information they are given you. 20%, 25%, 33, 1/3%. During the year, certain items were sold at a discount, and these discounts were reflected in the value of sales shown above. The items sold at a discount were as follows: Department A 10,000 at normal price, actual price is 7,500. That means they've given at a discounted price. And Department B 3,000 and 2,400, and Department C 1,000 and 600. So they've given us information regarding sales at a discounted price. Sales at a discounted price. So we need to know how to get the results. So I think we have some time. We'll quickly do the problem. Simple one only. A complicated one. So we have to determine the profitability of each of the departments. So departmental trading account. Year ended 31st December 2000. So we'll have 3 departments here. So particulars. So Department A, B, C. We have 3 departments. Particulars A, B, C. Okay. So to opening stock, given the figures, little space here. I'll put it here. Opening stock, A department, they have given us 24,000. B department 36,000. C department 12,000. Okay. Opening stock. For purchases, have they given the purchases figure? Yes, they have given the purchases figure. 1,46,000, 1,24,000, and 48,000. Then comes sales. So very important, dear students. This is after a discount. So the normal sales, actual sales is after discount. 172,500, 159,400, and 74,600. This is your actual sales after a discount. So closing stock figure, let us check whether they have given. Have they given us a closing stock figure? They have given us the opening stock. Okay, that means you have to determine the closing stock before that to gross profit. Now, very important, we are going to determine the gross profit because GP on normal selling price is 20%, 25%, and 33, 1/3%. So I'm going to do a simple calculation here to determine the GP, and after determining GP, we can determine the closing stock. So closing stock will be determined later. So determination of cost of sales and GP. We'll then arrange the closing stock in this process. Determination of cost of sales. So it's an important calculation because they have not given us the closing stock value. We have to derive it. So determination of cost of sales. Sales at actual price without discount. That is net of discount. So they are given 172,500 Department A, 159,400 for Department B, and 74,600 for Department C. Now add back discount because we are going to arrive at GP on normal sales price, not at the discounted price. So you have to add back the discount given. So look at the question. What is the discount given for Department A? Can you tell me? Sales at normal price is 10,000, but actual price is 7,500. அப்ப எவ்வளவு discount கொடுத்திருக்காங்க இங்க?
2,500.
Correct. So discount given in Department A is 2,500. Similarly, for Department B, you have to determine the discount given. The normal sale value is 3,000, but sold at 2,400. That means 600 rupees discount. 600 rupees discount for Department B. Department C, 1,000 rupees the sale value at a price of 600 means 400 rupees discount. So add back that, you'll get normal selling price. So you'll get normal selling price because GP is on normal selling price without discount. So this adds up to 175. This adds up to 1,60,000 and this adds up to 75,000. This is your normal selling price. Then GP on normal selling price. % we have given, so 20%, then 25%, then 33.13%. So this is what they have given as GP ratio. Okay, so carefully understand this. Profit on normal prices they have given 20%. So cost of sales. If GP is 20%, cost of sales is 80%, and here it is 75%. Because the balancing figure is your cost of sales, 66.2/3%. So let me repeat, if GP is given as 20, your cost of sales is 80. Correct? Do you agree? GP plus cost of sales is your sales. So 20, 80, 25, 75, 33, 1/3 and 66.2/3. This is the split between GP and cost of sales. So cost of sales, value terms, at value, in value terms, 80% of 1,75,000. 80% of 1,75,000. So what do you get? 80% of normal selling price, cost of sales. 80% of 1,75,000.
1,40,000.
1,40,000. So here it is, cost of sales is 75% of normal selling price, 1,60,000. 75% of 1,60,000 is cost of sales in value terms.
1,20,000.
1,20,000. Okay, good. And here it is 66.2/3% of 75,000. What is 66.2/3% of 75,000? 2/3. 2/3 of 75,000 is 50,000. So this is your cost of sales. Are you clear? So we have determined the cost of sales in value terms. Our cost of sales, we all know, opening stock plus purchases less closing stock. Or we can put it this way, opening stock add purchases less cost of sales. We'll get closing stock value. So we are going to determine the closing stock now. Cost of sales for Department is 1,40,000. Stock determination. So cost of sales determination in value terms, cost of sales determination or determination of cost of sales. Okay, I'll put it as determination of closing stock because we already determined the cost of sales. So determination of closing stock. What is opening stock value as per the question? Opening stock value as per the question, 24,000. Opening stock 24,000. What is the purchases for department A? Purchases for department A, we got the figure
1,46,000.
1,46,000. What is the cost of sales we just now got? 1,40,000. So the balancing figure is your closing stock. So 24,000 plus 146 minus 140 will give you the closing stock figure. What do you get? 24,000 plus 1,46,000 minus 1,40,000.
30,000.
Very good. So that's your closing stock value of department A. Similarly for department B. Department B, what is opening stock value as per the question?
36,000.
36,000. So opening stock is 36,000. And purchases for department B. What is purchase for department B?
1,24,000.
1,24,000. Very good. What is cost of sales? 1,20,000. So what is the closing stock as a balancing figure? Okay. 36 plus 124 minus 120.
40,000.
40,000. Good. Similarly, for C department, opening stock is 12,000. Purchases. So what is the purchase value for C department? 48,000. So purchase value 48,000. 3,000 is the cost of sales. So what is the balancing figure? Is a closing stock. So what do you get?
10,000.
Good. 10,000. So we are determining the closing stock value 30, 40, 10. By closing stock, 30, 40, 10. Okay. So now you get the gross profit as a balancing figure. So this is the final figure. 1,72,500 plus 30 is 2,02,500. 1,99,400. 84,600. So 2,02,500. 1,99,400. 84,600. So you'll get the final figure.
Sir, Excel gets stuck, sir.
Yeah. One. So Excel getting stuck very frequently. So you got gross profit balancing figure. Can you calculate? Can you calculate the gross profit balancing figure? What do you get for department A?
32,400.
32,400 or 500?
32,400, sir.
Total is
500, sorry.
32,500. Okay. 32,500 for department A. For department B, 39,400. And for department C,
24,600.
very good. That's all. There could be some shortcuts here, but we should not use any shortcuts. We have to go by this because the working note becomes an important part of the problem itself. So determination of closing stock figure is something you need to work out separately. And we have got determination of cost of sales, which is important. This is another type of a problem. That's what I said. Department account has got different types of problems. This is one model or type. So in this problem, you have to solve it this way only. You cannot use any other shortcut to determine that. Working notes are form part of the answer. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
If you are able to do this, okay, this is a unique type of a problem. So I think As I said, if you get this type of problem, there's a methodology to work it out. So ultimately it's trading account only. But there are some information which is differing from each problem you could have seen. The whatever problems you have did, each problem has got different type of information. So how to go about using that information and preparing the trading and P&L account is what we are trying to understand. Hope all of you got the proper understanding of it. Good. So any other doubts on this, please revert. So again, thank you for attending the session and being active and participating. And tomorrow we'll meet in the next session. I'll communicate you regarding the topic and subject. So maybe probably income tax, continuation of house property income, where I'll do a few more problems and hopefully we'll complete it tomorrow. And if time permits, we'll start with the next topic. So come prepared for the class tomorrow, go through the provisions and all. It'll be easier for you to follow whatever we discuss. Okay, so have a great day ahead and I'll catch up tomorrow. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.